Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. We are today Tuesday, March 12th, 2019. I want to thank you so much for watching this video, and I want to thank you for subscribing to my channel if you are. So for today, I am going to be talking about, well, the title is 10 things they won't tell you as an immigrant. However, I've only written down 6 things. So basically 6 things they're not going to tell you as an immigrant. Why do I want to talk about that? Years ago, right? I remembered I used to work at Lane Bryant, and I was positioned that day. They used to give me, I've never been so much a salesperson like at the cashier. They used to give me position where I was either a greeter, meaning that you had to be in front of the store, or I was either positioned in the fitting room, so helping people style their clothes and helping people like pick different clothes. And I was also scheduled in the back where we receive merchandise. And now that I'm looking at myself, I think it's because of my people skills. That's why they usually used to put me there. And I remember this one time that I was working at Lane Bryant, and 3 women showed up. And as they were coming into the fitting room, they got to talk to me. They were black women, beautiful black women. That was the first time that I saw women sporting short, bald hair. And I was like, we got to talk. At the time, I was 20 years old. And they were talking to me, and they started to ask me about my background. And I told them that I was from Haiti, that I spoke French, and that, I was in school, all these things. And these women, I never forgot how they got to talk to me, and they got to tell me things like, oh my God, you speak French? And you pretty, oh girl, you could become a diplomat, you could do this, you could do that. That was at the time where, for the first time while being in the United States, as well as making my transition, that someone had portrayed a different aspect of being an immigrant. Because usually when you leave your country and you immigrate into a country such as the USA or maybe Canada, mostly the USA, well, that's where I lived, they make us feel like we have to do things all over again. They make us feel like we're not coming with anything. They make us feel like we don't have anything to offer. And this video is not only for someone who is like someone from Haiti. Any type of immigrant, this is for you. Because as I started to grow, as I started to become more professional, as I started to travel within countries, but mostly as I started to understand what we bring to a country as an immigrant, I realized that we are the bulk of what that country needs. I realize how schools are not teaching you, or no one is teaching us, that when we go and we immigrate into another country, you are not the minority. You are not less than. As a matter of fact, you come up with a lot more than the average person. Why do you think so many of these kids do international program? Why do you think so many of these kids go and try to gain something that we naturally have? We naturally bring that up to a different country. So that particular video is for you. It is for you to understand that as an immigrant, you bring so much more to the table. So let's get started. The first thing I said, you are a gold mine. Girl, boy, listen. As an immigrant, you are a gold mine. Why? More than likely, you are doing what? You are coming to that particular country and you are speaking more than the country's language. Even when you don't speak the language, eventually you're going to get to know the language, but that's going to make you what? That's going to make you bilingual. So now, let's say for someone who's coming to the United States, whether you are a Hispanic person, an African person, a Haitian person, now you know how to speak the country's language, so you are fluent now in English, and more than likely you are fluent in your own language. So someone who speaks Spanish, you are fluent both in Spanish and English. Someone who speaks Creole, you are fluent in Creole and English and vice versa. You are a gold mine. So technically, you not only are bilingual, but you have experience working in a different country that positions you a lot better than someone who doesn't have it. You just don't know that. They never tell you that. Why would they tell you something like that? Because automatically, if you can put these things on paper and you're applying for work, there you go. You can ask for a lot more money doing things like that. Second thing, you are marketable, and you are marketable in more than one country, possibly more than one region, speak more than one or two languages, have insight in more than one market. Let me read this. Let me read this for you guys again. As an immigrant, am I here? Yes. You are marketable in one than one country, meaning I not only have knowledge in the market of, let's say, Massachusetts, but I now have knowledge in the market of Haiti. So that makes me more marketable. That makes me that if someone were to wanted to go to Massachusetts and you wanted to, do something in Massachusetts, I should be able to direct you. Same thing as Haiti. I should be able to direct you. I should be able to point you to a certain direction. Okay. You are possibly marketable in more than one region. Someone like myself, region, meaning like here in the Caribbean, as well as in the United States and the northern side of the United States of America. You speak more than one or two languages. I speak 3 languages extremely fluently. I speak well English. I read it, I write it, I understand it. Idem, same thing for French, same thing for Creole, and I read fluently Spanish. I speak it moderately and I understand it pretty well. Also, I said you have insight in more than one market. This is for people who also kind of like, you don't sit and not do anything. This is also, but when I make this video, you also have to understand that just because you're an immigrant, that doesn't mean that you're going to have all these qualities. You can't be a bum. You got to be out there and market yourself. You got to be out there and know certain things. Because a lot of people here are in Haiti, but they're not marketable in Haiti. They don't even know what's going on next door, right? They don't even know what's going on down the street because they're always in one place. So, you are not a minority. Remember, you are a pot of gold. You are not a minority. Do not let people fool you. 4, you have way more to offer than the average citizen. Yes. From everything that I just said, you can see that you have a lot more to offer than the average citizen. So if you know that right now, and if you already know these things, you understand that you are one step above. So when you go out for this work, when you go out for this job, all you need to do now is to focus and put these things on paper, know how to like sell yourself on your resume. And there you have it. That's more money for you. More money for you. You speak so many languages. You've worked in this country. You've worked in that country. Are you kidding me? So I said, 5, you can obtain more than one job from various career paths. Now, again, this is for people who put themselves out there. This is not for bums. This is not for, I'm so sorry. This is not for people who are not doing anything. This is for people who put themselves out there, okay? You have to understand that you can obtain, meaning people like, people always say, well, why are you coming to Haiti? Why are you doing that? Because I know that I can find work whenever I feel like it. I don't even have to stay to Haiti. If I want to go to the Virgin Islands, U.S. Virgin Islands, yes, I can work there. If I want to, because now at this time, all I have to pinpoint, they're going to ask, have you worked in the region before? Of course I've worked in the region. I've lived and I've worked in Haiti. And I've also, I speak English and, so they're not going to have like an issue with me like that. So I can market myself in the region. I can live, anywhere in the Caribbean. And it's the same thing. But let's say that's for someone who's only here in Haiti. and they don't speak English, that's going to be a problem for them. So this is why also that when I point these things out, I want you to also understand that even if I'm saying this, you also have to, put yourself out there. You have to market yourself. Let's say that you wanted to go into a different country. Before you go into that country, you have to say, okay, what language do they speak? What would I want to speak? A lot of Blancs who come to Haiti, the white people, the foreign people, they don't learn French. They learn Haitian Creole first because they know that that's the language that they're going to need to interact with the population. So 6, I said you are naturally a global citizen. Absolutely. Right now, everyone is talking about globalization. Everyone is talking about doing this. Everyone is talking about doing that. But if you are someone who is an immigrant and you already try to, or you've lived in a different country, you are naturally like a global citizen. So you have insight into different countries. You have insight into different networks. You have insight into different markets. So, ladies and gentlemen, this was a short one. We don't need to go, like in depth in this one. Short and sweet, but extremely informative, not only for my Haitian people who are living abroad, but for any immigrants who is living abroad. I really want you to understand that, because I have realized over the past years, I have realized how they are not teaching us that. They are making us feel like we are less than. It is not the truth. As an immigrant, you are a pot of gold because you bring a lot more to the table. Okay? I hope this video was very informative for you. I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next.